I almost gave up on this piercing so many times. Like, literally last week, I made a decision to just leave it out and let it close. I'm tired. But what I did, pushes it to the surface of your skin, pushes the jewelry out while it's closing up from the bottom up, which a lot of people don't seem to know about. I know I didn't know about it until recently. So my first couple piercings, I knew nothing about it. For a successful healing process.
I'm still a fan even though it's salty. Hate to see you messing around the brand, know you happy. Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving. I'm so mature.
Hey beauties, welcome to another Pretty and Pierced vlog video. Pretty and Pierced is about all things piercing related so that you can have beautiful, healthy piercings. I'm Jemiah, aka Miss Braille, the CEO of Pretty and Pierced, which is also an extension of my piercing jewelry business, which is called Braille Jewelry. And everything is linked below for all of that. But if you're looking for some cute piercing jewelry, just check out my website. Sign up for my email list, then you'll receive 10% off your entire order. I sell belly rings, nose rings, industrial bars, rings. I sell everything you need. I got it. So it's much more on my website, so y'all go make sure y'all check it out. And Black Friday's coming up soon, so don't miss out. And it should be November by the time I post this. So Braille Jewelry has over 500 products and counting, so that everyone can find something that they love. I sound like I'm doing a sponsorship, but y'all know I had to shout out my business, because what kind of CEO would I be if I didn't shout out my business every time I had the chance? That's not how we run things over here. There's a variety of styles for each piercing type, so we got you. But today's topic, we're going to be talking about why your nose piercing isn't healing. So we're going to get into the real tea of why your nose piercing isn't healing. And is it your fault or is it not? So nose piercing is not healing properly is very common. And I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I've heard a lot of people I know talk about it and asking me like why they've had their piercing for 2 years and they still haven't been able to change like their jewelry because it still hurts. So for some reason, nose piercing seems to be one of the hardest piercings to heal in the most ideal amount of time. So really all of this can be due to several reasons, which we're going to get into, which varies from infections, not doing proper aftercare, irritating your piercing, like wearing tight clothes, even sitting a certain way can irritate your piercing, like it makes it hurt. You gotta watch certain things that you do, which can be annoying, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So today I'll be talking about the different causes, the different possible solutions, and aftercare tips for your nose piercing so that you can learn more and learn what you need to know more of so that you can get your piercing to heal properly. Even if it's new, if you don't have 2.5 years like me and it just still won't heal, yeah, we're gonna get into that today. So as we all know, nose piercings have become really popular in recent times. I would say maybe the last 3 years. Like, you go in a store, at least 5 people gonna have a nose piercing. It depends on how big the store is, but you get my point. It's getting more popular. It's like probably next to ear piercings at this point when it comes to younger people. I've seen older people have nose piercings. I'm like, yeah, I want to be like you when I grow up. So nose piercings are, besides ear piercings, teenagers or adults' first piercing. So personally, my nose piercing was my first piercing, which I got for my 17th birthday, and having more piercings and getting the piercings I've got in the last 2.5 years since then, my nose piercing still has not healed yet. But I'm a very busy girl, so I don't do everything I need to get it to that point. I haven't had to pay as much attention to my other piercings as I guess you need to pay to your nose piercing. Like my lip piercing, anywhere it is healed very nicely, despite me being busy and me not taking care of it every single day. Let's be honest, it's hard to do that when you're really busy. It healed very nicely. We're not gonna get into the belly piercings because those take a good minute. My first belly piercings healed. My point is, yeah, when I first changed my jewelry, I did it on a day where it wasn't hurting. I had no issues changing it. This hurts when it wants to, but once it gets knocked out, it starts bleeding and it hurt real bad. So it's a very confusing piercing, at least for me, and I know other people. But if yours does what it's supposed to, then you're lucky. You're lucky. But you most likely wouldn't be watching this video if your nose piercing was perfect. Y'all, I ramble a lot. I'm sorry. Let's get into it. So first off, it's really important to understand the healing process when it comes to your nose piercing. So you should educate yourself on the 4 stages of healing, which are the initial healing phase, early healing, late healing, and complete healing. So understanding these will help you get a sense of the average healing time and why healing times vary from person to person. This will help you estimate your expected time of healing, which you can't really. Through time, you'll start seeing signs of each phase, so you'll know what point you're in. But I will be doing a video on each one, going deeper into each one so you can understand it. And I'll be writing blog posts about each one as well for each piercing type, and I'll be putting each average time for each phase as well. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure y'all go check out my blog, link down below. So go ahead and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you won't miss out. Now we're gonna go into common complications when it comes to nose piercings, as well as why they can occur. Nose piercings are prone to a range of healing issues, from mild irritation to more severe problems. So understanding the signs of infection can help treat them quicker, as well as the risk factors. This can help you prevent and treat your infections when it comes to your nose piercing, so that you won't just think it's normal and you can either treat it yourself or go to your piercer and get their advice. Another thing is learning the difference between keloids and hypertrophic scarring causes and how to manage them. But this is only if you struggle with this problem, because I know a lot of people know how their skin is when it comes to piercings. I'm going to put a picture to show an example of keloids. Most people know what that is. And then hypertrophic scars. Exploring the reasons why you may get bumps or pimples around your piercing, which kind of goes along with keloids, but it's not the same thing. I'm gonna put a picture here so y'all can kind of get the difference. This can help you adjust the complications more efficiently when you actually know what's wrong or what's going on. Like anything else when it comes to your health, really, being able to identify allergic reactions, piercing materials, and any jewelry that you may get is important as well, because if you're wearing something that you're allergic to, it's going to cause more bleeding or more discharge from your piercing, and that's not fun, especially when it has a smell to it and it's on your nose, so you're going to smell it all day. So make sure y'all looking out. But at the end of the day, everybody's body reacts differently to different jewelry and different metals of that jewelry. Most commonly, this is first discovered when you get your ear piercings. If you want to start out with something, just pay attention to your ear piercings, which most people have. So just pay attention to how your body reacts when you wear any type of earrings. You can test out those different same metals on your ears and get your results. But it may depend on the area how your body reacts. You never know. But you can learn from this piercing, because in most households, ear piercings don't even seem to be looked at as piercings. So it's the norm in households. It's considered normal. But for nose piercings, it is possible for your jewelry to push out and run away from the piercing. So this will be called rejection, which a lot of people don't seem to know about. Well, I know I didn't know about it until recently. So my first couple piercings, I knew nothing about it. And I don't think I knew about it when I got this. For a lot of people, this piercing rejects. And I've had this for, this month makes 2 years. I don't know what I would do without her. But basically when this happens, your body isn't accepting this new foreign object in your body. So it rejects it and it pushes it out. So it's kind of like your immune system fighting back. So ideally your body's helping you, but not. Pushes it to the surface of your skin, pushes the jewelry out while it's closing up from the bottom up. And you can either, depending on what you want, you can just let it do what it do, or I recommend going to your piercer, either letting them take it out or just consulting with them and let them know what's going on. And if it's time for it to be taken out, then go ahead and do that. Or if you want to wait it out longer, it's really up to you. You never know, and you should listen to your body, so go to your piercer. So this may first be visible when you see any migration with your jewelry. It could just be migration, or it could be rejected. So that's why I say go to your piercer who's more educated, that's local, that can actually check it out for you. But this migration and rejection can happen at any time. It can happen years after you get your piercing. It can happen a month after you get your piercing. You never know, which is very surprising because that means your piercing could be healed or like not completely healed and start to reject or migrate. But that's why you need to know the signs at all times about migration and rejection. But it should be noticeable because it'll be like discomfort and most likely some pain when it comes to wearing clothes, any type of clothes. Well, depending on where it is, Another sign that can occur, another visible sign, nose piercing, bruising. But this isn't as serious, but it's still important to know when to worry about it and when it's normal. Next, we're gonna get into factors that may affect healing, like your habits or, things like that. Possible and common complications we just got into can be a result of a variety of factors that can cause your body to react negatively to your piercing. The first factor that could be the cause would be your piercing location. Gonna use me for example again. So I personally think, I haven't gotten any other opinions, but I think my piercer, I think the person who pierced my lip and the other side of my nose told me when she was trying to match it up, she was saying it pierced it too low. And now I be looking at it all the time and I'm just thinking, I'm looking at where it should be at. That's why I didn't like the one that was over here, because it didn't really match up, because she was trying to still put it in the same spot. I also tried to match it up with this one, but you can't get both, so it just didn't look right. But maybe I'm tripping, I don't know. I almost gave up on this piercing so many times. Like literally last week I made a decision to just leave it out and let it close. I'm tired, but what I did, I went and found my straight bar nose rings and I put it back in. I did that. I might give up one day, I don't know yet, but I'm tired. It's gonna be crazy if a piercing that I got when I was 17 is still not healed on my 20th birthday. That's wild. So as we know, piercers are human. So even though they're professionals, it is possible for them to mess up. Even just by a little bitty, that little bitty does make a big difference, but it happens. So that may be the cause. I've seen it a lot with belly piercings. I really don't be looking at people with nose piercings like that, or I haven't seen anybody like really complain, because I don't think people can really tell or think that it's a wrong location for their nose piercing, but it's definitely possible for it to be, like I was just saying, placed too low. But everybody should be pierced based on their anatomy and the correct location, of course, but things happen. Next would be the piercing method. I know a lot of people like to pierce themselves at home. Do not do that, please stop, please. It might save you money. I don't recommend. But who am I? You don't have to listen to me. So along with the pain level, the method makes a big difference when it comes to the pain level as well. It's the healing process. So this could be by needle, by gun, whatever other methods. But understanding how the method that you chose, that your piercer used or that you used, understanding how it could affect the healing process is important as well. Especially if you haven't got pierced yet and you're trying to decide, then that's important. Jewelry material and your skin have to get along in order for you to have a smooth healing process, because this is considered, it could be an irritant to your skin. If your skin doesn't like whatever material you're using, it's not going to heal properly. So paying attention how your skin reacts to any of this or any discomfort you feel will help a lot. Not listening to your body just because you like your jewelry or whatever the case may be lead to more discomfort, more bleeding, more discharge, all of that nasty stuff. The most important thing, aftercare. I cannot stress this enough, but trust me, I get it. Especially when you have a busy life, it is hard to kind of keep up with your aftercare. That's why I recommend, if you're busy or if you're lazy when it comes to that type of stuff, make sure you only get one piercing at a time and make sure it's healed before you go get another one. It's best to just get one piercing at a time anyway, regardless. Be sure to just get one if you struggle at your aftercare, because your piercing never gonna heal if you don't take care of it properly after you get it. So the best way to get into that is deciding what type of aftercare routine that you could best adapt to, or what's more ideal for you, or simply which one you want to do. But make sure you can be consistent with it. Cleaning, I would say 1 to 2 times a day, but you don't want to over clean it because that can be irritating as well. Because I know with me, like do I want to give y'all an example of me being irresponsible? Say I haven't cleaned my piercing for like 3 days. This is an example of why you should keep up with your aftercare. I've had my bottom belly button piercing for 1.5 years and still not healed yet. I blame myself. But even though I'm showering and stuff, say I shower in the morning and then it's later that night and it's like crust around it. I go to clean it and it like bleeds. Like, it's so easy to irritate a piercing when you're not taking care of it properly. Since I've been on a steady routine of properly taking care of my heel piercings, it's so much better and it's less pain, stinky discharge smell. God, I hate that smell. You don't want none of that. You don't want parts in that. So make sure that you're on top of your aftercare as much as possible. Don't be lazy with it. I know how hard it gets out here, but you'll learn. It's okay. I had to learn my lesson. We all learn. Aftercare includes cleaning, sea salt soaks, and avoiding irritants. Just like anything else related to your personal health, your personal habits affect your healing process in time as well. It includes your lifestyle, your habits, and your daily choices. So taking a step back to look at all of these will help prevent complications as much as possible as well. So next we're going to go into tips for your aftercare. So as I mentioned before, for a successful healing process, proper aftercare is your best option at minimum. Keeping bacteria, dirt, and germs away is key to a healthy piercing. So learning the benefits of a sea salt soap and how to prepare and use them is one of the aftercare options. But an alternative, which is what I use, would be a saline wound wash solution. So I'm gonna link the one I use and the one that I used at first. I just link one because I really like the one that I use now. I visibly see a difference with that one, but I only used the first one time, so I can't really compare them. But I don't think the brand really matters. It's kind of the same thing, I'm guessing, for each one. But use this with a cotton swab and just go around your entire piercing to make sure you get any discharge or dirt all of that type of stuff. But you can avoid irritants by discovering what substances and habits you need to fix or adjust in some type of way to avoid any irritation when it comes to your nose piercing. But finding strategies for managing pain, swelling, and any other discomfort you may experience during your healing journey. Learning when, why, and how to properly and hygienically change your nose piercing jewelry is also really important. So for anybody else, I would not recommend doing what I did. I was 17. I changed my piercing for the first time just on a random day when I noticed it wasn't hurting. I don't know how long after I got it pierced that was, but in my defense, I sell piercing jewelry and I was trying to promote my jewelry by wearing it. I think I get a pass. But those are all of the tips and causes and solutions that I have for y'all. But keep all of these things in mind when you get your new nose piercing or with the one you already have. If you already have a nose piercing, let me know in the comments if you're experiencing or if you have experienced any of these issues that I talked about today. If you're getting a nose piercing, let me know if anything in this video surprised you, or I hope it didn't scare you, but let me know in the comments. I'm definitely team piercing, so I hope none of these made you nervous or scared about getting pierced, because in the end, it's all worth it. Promise. Just make sure you find a professional piercer, be as safe as possible, and protect your body at all times. But I'm just here to educate y'all beautiful people. Piercings aren't discussed as much as people are getting them, and people are getting them more and more, and it's becoming more common. I feel like I had to step up and help y'all out, you know? Well, I'm still educating myself as time goes on, but yeah. But I hope you learned something from this video, and let me know in the comments if this video helped you out any. If you try anything out, come back and let me know, because I really want to know. But if I didn't mention this already, all of my videos are going to be based on my blog post. So if you're more of a reader, then you can go ahead and go visit my blog, which is on my jewelry website. I will also put it here, and I'll put it in my description. So I have many more blogs than videos right now, because I'm only able to post once a week. So you'll be way more caught up if you go to my blog. But if you're more of a visual person or auditory person and you rather watch my videos, that's why I make them. But for my blog, I post weekly, every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday on various piercing topics, a wide range. So if you are wondering about anything, then it's most likely going to be answered on my blog at some point. So make sure y'all go check it out and subscribe to my email list so you can get notified when I release a new blog post. Everything will be linked in my description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications if you enjoyed this video. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all next time.
I'm still a fan even though it's salty. Hate to see you messing around the brand, know you happy. Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving. I'm so mature.
Besides ear piercings, but